Welcome back, you guys. I'm Tassie, and today I am having some Hmong food. Right here I have some purple sticky rice, and it's actually just regular sticky rice, but it's dyed purple because they use some different grains in there, and then it soaks it up overnight, and then the next day they actually then cook it. So this is purple sticky rice. Here we have some deep fried pork belly, and then over here I have a few phakaos, which is just the rice steam rolls. Now this pepper is what originally came with the steam rolls, and then I made my regular green Thai pepper over here. So let's go ahead and get started. Now all of this I bought. Besides my pepper here I actually made, but everything else I bought. This is from our local Hmong flea market that we have. Now typically whenever you get pork belly at the farmer's market, at the Hmong flea market, it's not crispy. It's always kind of like, because it's been sitting there for a little bit, so it's not crispy. So I always buy it, bring it home, and I refry it. And then that's how I get it to be crispy again. So I'm just going to try this pepper here. Yeah. This pepper here is basically just fish sauce with pepper. And it doesn't have like the lime, cilantro, and green onion like mine has. And this is why I refry it. As for me, pork belly has to be crispy and crunchy. And if it's not as satisfying for me. Now, like a while back, I did a video on chicharrones, which is actually like a Hispanic version of pork belly. It's very reminiscent of it. I feel like there's a piece of hair stuck there. Anyways. So in my pepper dish here, you can add fish sauce. A lot of people, they do add fish sauce to it. And they add a bunch of lime juice and everything. And sometimes they'll put a little bit of water if it gets too spicy. I'm not a huge fan of fish sauce all the time. Only sometimes do I do it because the flavor of the fish sauce can be really overpowering. And with phakao, traditionally, most people do serve it with fish sauce in the sauce. And even if they do like a sweet version of it with peanut butter, they'll still put fish sauce in there. They'll just add like a lot of sugar. Oh yeah, there was pepper that came with this. I'll be right back. So this is the original pepper that came with this here, the pork belly. So I'm going to try it. I'm just going to see if it's any good. So it looks like it's mostly fish sauce and water. And there's green onions in here, and they do put the Thai pepper as well. I don't taste anything. And normally people put like fish sauce in, like the pepper or the dipping sauce for this, because it doesn't have much flavor unless you actually put it in there or on there. Just gonna do a combo right now. Maybe I should just mix the two peppers. There you go. Now you can't go wrong. And these big chunks of pork belly, for anybody who doesn't know, they are salted before they're cooked. So they're not like the Korean ones. Like typically for Korean barbecue, they're not salted. So with these ones though, they are salted with black pepper and everything. And then they'll either deep fry or they'll roast it in an oven. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Thai pho, because Thai pho tends to be saltier, and the broth sometimes is darker. Now, what they typically do for Thai pho is they add fish sauce in there, and I'm not a fan of that, but what I do love is when they put pork belly in pho. And whenever you go to the flea market and you order food and they give you a pepper, they always make their own versions of peppers. But it's just like anything. Everybody has different tastes and what they like in their pepper. Obviously for me, I like to have a lot of cilantro and a lot of pepper in mine. I do like to deep fry mine again because on these parts here, if you don't really deep fry them well, it's just fat. And I'm not somebody who likes to eat pork fat, but there are a lot of people who like to eat pork fat, so then they would not deep fry it again. They would eat it the way it is. Very spicy. When I can't chew with my mouth closed anymore, it gets too hot. I'm trying not to be rude here. I remember when my little sister, I've mentioned this story before. With my little sister and my stepdad, handed her a big chunk of boiled pork fat, and she was holding it in her little chubby fist because she was like a toddler. She was like 3 years old. And she was like gnawing on it and running around holding this huge chunk of pork fat. I remember some families will like, because they like to eat it, so they'll give it to kids to eat it, and then the kid grows up liking to eat it, right? My stepfather did that. I didn't know that though. I didn't know people actually ate pork fat. And when I saw her doing it, I yelled at her and I grabbed it and I threw it away. Because I'm like, This is just fat. Why are you eating it? I felt really bad. She was pretty young, so she didn't really remember. But she doesn't eat pork fat anymore because of that incident. But I didn't know at the time that people really did eat pork fat. I thought I was saving her life. But it was one of those things where you don't realize how impressionable you are to people. I mean, I was a kid back then too. I was like 9 years old. Maybe 11. When that incident happened. No, I think I was 11. Yeah. And I didn't realize. And there was one other time, you guys, I've ever done this in my life, where later on I realized I felt really, really bad because of how I acted. It changed them where they wouldn't eat something anymore because of the way I acted. But it's like I didn't know how impressionable I was to my younger siblings. Because when we were younger, one of my older sisters had bought her a bag of these like salted shrimp crackers. They're like circle. And like Asian kids love to eat that stuff. But because I didn't grow up eating it, I thought that they were disgusting. Remember, you guys, I grew up with a very, very Americanized diet. A lot of Asian foods we didn't eat. The only thing we ate was like egg rolls. And ramen. That was like Asian. My mom sometimes made nava, the tapioca drink. Or fried rice. But it's like a hot dog fried rice. So when I saw the bag, and my little sister, she went to go eat it, and I had made the comment of, oh my god, those are so disgusting. And then I walked away, right? And then all of a sudden my older sister comes over and she's like yelling at me because of what I said. And I was like, well, what's the big deal? If I think they're disgusting, they are. And she was like, no, because now she had bought in the bag for my younger sister. My younger sister wouldn't eat it anymore because I had made that comment. And so she kept saying that those crackers were disgusting and she didn't want to eat them anymore. So I felt so horrible. I had to eat that cracker. I thought it was so disgusting. But because I had said that, she wouldn't eat the whole bag. Like, because it was bought in just for her. So that I had to sit there and tell her how much I liked the cracker. And I had to eat the cracker, you guys. It was still disgusting. Yeah, so ever since then, I'm very, very cautious and considerate of what I say when it comes to food. Just because you never know how impressionable you are to somebody, that you could change completely something that they really, really loved and were looking forward to, but you could change their mind. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm full. I can't do it anymore. That's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, you guys.